Welcome back. We have a special treat for you today. Dr. Sudip Bose is in, and we're not talking about health today, but we're talking about big celebrity you are now, making an appearance on a big show that went really a nationwide show. Tell us about this show that you were on.
It was a very interesting experience. It was Untold Stories of the ER, and I don't know if you've ever watched the show before, but what they do is they take interesting and bizarre cases from the emergency room and they put them on TV and just help the audience kind of educate themselves on medical topics as well as entertain themselves, because some of these cases are pretty entertaining.
Right, and so is it staged, or how exactly what goes into it?
So there's obviously a lot of patient confidentiality issues. You can't, give away information of who the patient was, necessarily what hospital it was. So what they do is they reenact the entire case. So when I went to the set, everybody except myself was an actor. So the nurses, the patients, the hospital janitor, everybody was an actor. So it gave me a whole new respect for what actors and actresses do. And it actually made me realize that I should probably stick to my day job.
There you go.
I don't think I'm going to get an Emmy or an Oscar off this.
Right.
So.
Well, and it really, and you kind of went into it just as a physician, and you went about your day and your tasks as you normally do, correct?
Right. So these are cases that I saw in the emergency room, and basically I told the staff about them, and they reenacted it, and they tried to reenact that crazy day in the emergency room.
Yeah. All right. And without giving too much away, let's talk about the cases that you had to treat in this show.
These, I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. But obviously, when you come into an emergency room, sometimes you think, it's basic things like heart attacks, strokes, fevers, things like that. But sometimes some crazy things come into the emergency room. And these two cases, one is an unfortunate guy who was driving down the road in a convertible, and that convertible hit a cow in the middle of the road. And then the cow went up over the hood, landed on the patient, and then defecated all over him. So he was a trauma victim and a messy trauma victim. With that came a lot of drama, which
I can imagine
is in the show if you want to watch it. And the other one was an exotic dancer who got in a fight with another exotic dancer. And what I learned from that is stilettos can make very powerful weapons. This person was stabbed in the cheek with a stiletto.
In the cheek.
And had a shoe hanging out of her mouth.
Wow.
And the inside of it was in her mouth, so I had to pull that stiletto out and sew up the inside and the outside of the mouth.
Interesting.
So well, definitely some crazy cases.
Right, and these are, though they were actors, these are real cases that you've actually seen.
Right, these are real cases. And all the cases that do show on the show are real cases. And I think, that's the neat thing about this show is they give the viewer a glimpse of what's going on in the emergency room, whether it's the crazy cases or just ordinary cases that have a lot of emotion attached to them.
Absolutely. So, was it fun?
It was fun. It's
different, I imagine.
It was interesting to see how everybody came together in an awesome way as a team to make it work. I mean, and how much work goes into like a half-hour TV segment, how many takes it takes, and how difficult it is to act.
Absolutely.
So.
Great. And the show, again, for people who want to catch, it was the premiere that you were on, but the show is continuing this whole season.
Right. So the show will continue. That episode will probably air a few more times on Discovery Fit and Health or on the TLC channel. All
right. Dr. Sudip Bose making headlines across the entertainment industry as well.
And you can also probably find clips online as well, whether it's on my Facebook page where we put our healthcare tips every week, or on Discovery Fit and Health.
There you go. Dr. Sudip Bose, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.